So it has been brought to my attention by other David that Hcalory have supposedly brought out a more powerful heater. It's on eBay at the moment. I'll leave a link. And he sent me it, and it's between, it claimed rated output of between 6.5 and 8 kilowatts. And you look about in specs, it shows it's got like bigger hose ports, but I think it's like a 90 mil. And it's supposed to be more powerful. So I went out and I bought one because, of course, we're going to test those claims of it being more powerful. In the other box is a brand new 4 kilowatt. The story behind this one is my friend needed a diesel heater right there and then, so I just gave him a new one that I had that I'd been using for testing, and he ordered one off Amazon or eBay, I can't remember what it was, and just had it sent straight to my house. So this is a brand new 4 kilowatt heater. So we're going to now unbox both of them and compare the supposedly new, more powerful Hcalory to the other one. We'll do a physical size test and look at them, and then of course I find it hard to believe that it will be a thing, but we shall test nonetheless, and the outcomes will be the outcomes. So let's unbox something. Well, the Hcalory's on top, so we might as well unbox it first. Right, great, another fuel tank. Oh, and it's another one that's got the hole pre-drilled for a funny story that I was filling about with one of these and poured diesel in it, and it's pushed out the hole at the bottom because it's pre-drilled. And what I wanted was just a tank. I didn't want any holes in it. Right, that's another tank to add to my collection of diesel heater tanks. Oh, this is the one that's got the Bluetooth app, the same as the all-in-one. So this is basically just the non-all-in-one version of that thing. Right, let us get the heater body out itself. Maybe. Well, there's the Bluetooth controller. Let's set that somewhere, we'll find it again. Oh, there's a fuel pump. It's a 22 mil fuel pump. So unless they're running this 22 unless they're running this 22 mil fuel pump at a stupendously fast pace with a really, really high fan speed, we're not getting 8 kilowatts out of this. Right, come out. The thing. Yeah. For the love of... Just come out. Oh. Yeah, right. Well, that looks remarkably the same as a normal 4 kilowatt diesel heater. Don't need a base plate, don't need our bits. This box should now just contain the air vents at the end. Right. So, for starters, that is a bigger opening. I can definitely tell that is a larger opening than the stock hose size. Here is a stock pipe. It does not fit on the end. It will fit in the end. So, standard diameter pipe, bigger Hcalory size, and the standard diameter fits quite happily inside. You see? Fits inside. So the ends are bigger. Both ends are bigger. Wait a minute, is that end bigger? Yes. Yes, the small end is bigger. Oh, sorry, the intake end is bigger than standard as well. Ugh, let's see. But everything else appears to be exactly as it should be, stock. There we go. Let me. Can you see there where it says 6 to 8 and a half kilowatts? Okay, wait. Have I got a heater body out? I have sent all my heater bodies friends away to be shared. Right, okay. Let us then get the Triclix 4 kilowatt out of its box. Right, let me bring you in. Come in. Come in closer. Come. Oh, spot the difference. Well now. Okie dokie. So from the top, all the ports still line up, but, and it's a big but. It's not The holes for the hose sizes are different, but the heater size inside is different. I am going to take them apart and show you. I may have to take back all the bad things I just said about Hcalory. Actually, I didn't say bad things, I just said slightly. That one goes that one goes with that one. Right. Now, will you sit there nicely? Let's take them out their housings. Always the rubber bit on the bottom. Every time. It's somehow possible for me to forget to take off the rubber grommet on the bottom every time, no matter which heater it is. Right. Rubber grommets have been removed. Now, pop out the heater body. Okay, set that there. And we'll take this one out. And we'll sit next to it. And they are different sizes. Look at that. They are actually physically different sized heaters. I'm beginning to... Is this 4 or 2? Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, I was a little worried there that my Triclex 4K wasn't actually 4K, so I've gone and got one of the Lavener 2 kilowatts, which is a real 2 kilowatts, and yet it is even smaller than that one. If I open it as well, you'll see that it is tiny compared to, yeah, the 2 kilowatt is a little teeny tiny thing compared to these 4s, and this 8. We're just gonna call it an 8, okay? Just because they've said 8, so we'll let them have it. Man, I wonder if it's got a brushless motor. Saying that, it doesn't have. Let me rephrase this. It doesn't have to pump more fuel if it can use a larger surface area to get more heat out of the hot gas rather than wasting it going out the exhaust. So the bigger you make your heat exchangers, the more time there is for the hot gas to, well, interact with the surfaces, so you can get more heat into your heated air rather than getting wasted out the exhaust. Whereas with a small one, which you don't have the same amount of time to do the thing. I hope that made sense. What I mean is, for the same amount of fuel, less of it goes out, less wasted heat goes out the exhaust, and more of it gets used to actually heat up air, and a more efficient heater with a bigger heat exchanger on it. Well, I suppose we better open it up then. Yeah, right, okay. Now that we know that it's actually physically bigger, I don't have to run this to get numbers. You know what I mean? I don't need a baseline because they're clearly not the same heater, just with different settings. This one is literally physically bigger. So this is the Triclex. I can set them point to point. That might make more sense to people if I sat them port to port. So the base mounting will be the same. It will fit the same space or in your camper van or whatever you've built, hopefully, if you've got enough, length, that's the word. If you've got enough length, it will fit the same mounting holes. So you can mount it in the same space. It's just got a bigger body on it. That's interesting. And no, the motor is not brushless, so it's not spinning the motor faster, I imagine. It's just going to be a more efficient burn with the much longer burn chamber. This is one of those things, from the back onwards, you know, the burn chamber, the burner fan, all that bit, that's all going to be fairly standard because they're just the same. But it's actually the burn chamber, the heat exchanger, sorry, not the burn chamber. The heat exchanger we can see is physically bigger. So now we're going to open it up and see if the burner inside is actually bigger as well. Am I going to stand up? Not really. Right, let us take it apart. Right, so let's do this live while I'll just talk to myself while taking bits off this here. I haven't even run it to test the first time. That's fine, it won't matter. Let's take the little ECU off. We'll undo all the plugs. There's the glow plug. There's the glow plug. There's the temperature sensor. There's the fan blower, and that gets the ECU off. And we will undo the burner, blower, combustion fan, whatever you want to call it. It appears to be the same standard as everything else. I don't even see any balancing marks on it. So they appear to have just put all of the effort into making the not burn chamber, the heat exchanger bigger. Now, we should hopefully try and do this without damaging the gaskets. Although I do have spare gaskets. Where did I put? I do have like another burn chamber somewhere and gaskets. Because I was looking for it when I was going to make... Well, I was going to try and model up a heat exchanger, but volunteers have volunteered to model one up for me, and they'll be 100 million times better at it than I. So let us take off this bit. Right, so this bit should just be a standard blower motor assembly. Yes, that is just a absolutely normal, nothing exciting. DC motor, nothing exciting there. Right, and then into the burn chamber, let's get a 12. Oh, my 12mm spanner's gone for a walk. And I'm fairly sure it is a 12 and not a 10. I've got a 10 on the floor. But it's not a 10, is it? No, it's a 12. Be right back. It is a 12. Smashing. Let's just undo the glow plug. As somebody said, yeah, once you've taken off the blower, you can just put a 12mm spanner on your glow plug and undo it that way. Just get the rubber grommet out of the way. We'll take our glow plug out. Fairly standard. Nothing exciting about that. There's no names or anything on it. Right, burn chamber. Now, I'm hoping the burn chamber is longer. I'm not expecting it to be longer though, but I'm hoping it's longer. Longer would be better, because you want it to fill the space inside basically. You don't really want a stubby, inside the burn chamber and not going all the way to the end. You would want it to fill the whole burn chamber. Not burn chamber, heat exchanger. Fill the heat exchanger with the burn chamber. But we're about to find out right now. And I'm peering around the workshop behind me trying to find the unused burn chamber. Which I did see the other day. I had it in my hand. I was doing something with it. Don't know what I've done with it now. Right. Come on, gasket. Please. Please just come off now, Winnie. Please. Please. Yes, okay, the gasket is in mostly one piece. Now let's just get the... that looks like a fairly standard sized burn chamber. Although we can peer inside now, at least, and it is longer. It is a bigger burn chamber. Slightly different shaped fins. Slightly. Not massively, but slight change of... Right, I'm going to look for the spare burn chamber, which I saw the other day lying about. There it is. Aha. Plus gaskets. No, there is a stock 4 kilowatt, 4 or 5 kilowatt, does it even say on it? No. Stock one, and this is the one out of the 8. And as you can see, they are the same size. Same, all shapes, all sizes, same diameter, same length. It would appear what they have done then is just cast a new version of this, a newer, longer, you can see there it's manufactured 2022. So this is a longer heat exchanger than standard. I mean, it's not, well, I could measure it for you, that would be, it's not out with the realms of impossible. So if we put length to length there, let's get a tape measure. So if a standard 4 kilowatt is 102, well, let's just say 106 millimeters from the back of the fins to the very front tip. This one is 150, no, 160, 160. 160 from pack of fins to tip. I'll let somebody do a percentage maths for me because I'm not doing that in my head just now. Right, okay. I can put the dry clicks here. Whoa, that is some rough casting. Gee, am I bleeding? No, I'm okay. This is the Triclex heater, just for anyone's interest. Look at the flashing from the side of that casting. Oh, it's like a razor as well. Right, on the floor with you. Jesus. That's going to need a little file to make that. Each Hcalory one's nice. It's got a nice smooth. It's almost like it's been tumbled. There's a little bit of little flashings from the casting, but someone's taken all the sharp edges off it. It's nice and smooth. Right, I'll reassemble this and then set it up for some bench testing, and I'll bring you back. An observation and an error correction I would like to make while doing the reassembly. I found out that the standard 4K heater top will fit the back, which means the air inlet opening is just the same size as a normal standard 4K. These are the two together. They are exactly the same size. So it's just the output size that is the big size. That's the 90mm. 90mm. That's just the standard 60? 75? Whatever that is, I just didn't try and smash the hose on hard enough. That's just a standard intake size. This is supposed to be the correct one for that, and it's just the same fitting if it would fit here on. Like that, just the same. Okay, on with the reassembly. Okay, I have done an atypical setup for my workshop. Yes, it's lying on its side. It's lying on its side with the glow plug at the top. This won't change its performance. It just lets it run on its side. We've got the exhaust attached and a silencer, and we've got the air intake and the air intake silencer. So it's as stock as it's going to get. No intake, cold air feed pipe to anywhere. And as you'll notice, the output pipe is a big silver chap, because that's the 95mm diameter. Yes, diameter, 95mm diameter output pipe. Nice bit of aluminiumized ducting. I have the temperature sensor thermometer with one in the pipe and one just on the table to give us the air intake temperature, because it's all the same air intake temperature in here. And we've got the anemometer to measure the wind speed coming out of there, and that'll give us a rough kind of guesstimate at the volume and weight of air. Then we'll proceed to the laptop and give it all of the numbers, and it'll hopefully give us an output, and it will be more than what we're used to, being a bigger heat exchanger. The fuel pump's over here in a vise with the fuel at the right angle. It's all bled. It's ready just to turn on. Oh, it's absolutely in Chinese still. So that's temperature mode. I know there's, God, I can't remember how to work this here. There, level, maximum. So I'm going to set it to maximum power, bring up to temperature, let it run for 5 minutes, and then start taking measurements, and I'll bring you back then once it's running. Okay, it's running. My God, it's getting hot in this workshop. I should have opened the door. Yeah, intake temperature 24 degrees, output temperature 98 degrees. It was like 23.99 a minute ago, so we're kind of starting to plateau, which is what I wanted. Yeah, I did use the anemometer and got 5.5 meters a second, and using the online tools and my laptop, I have worked out the heated air output is roughly 3.8 kilowatts of hot air coming out. Now that is more than the standard heater, so it does do the thing. Hold on, I'm going to shut this off and then talk to you like a real person. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, it's true. Hcalory. Please forgive me for the start of the video when I didn't believe, but I mean, you got to admit, it does look very similar. I should have spotted that the end thing was slightly longer than a normal heater. I should have spotted that, but I didn't. So basically, yeah, if anyone needs a bigger, more powerful heater, this Hcalory, the 6 to 8.5 kilowatt is a physically larger heater. There is a new diesel heater in town. There is another bigger heater. We've got the 2, the 4. I'm going to lovingly call this the 6 because that's probably what it really outputs as. I would have to work out the waste heat out the exhaust and the actual thing. But yeah, so the hot air that comes out is almost 4 kilowatts of hot air. Now that's more than the standard 4 kilowatt produces as hot air. If you think about it, the standard 4 kilowatt consumes 4 kilowatts worth of fuel. It doesn't output 4 kilowatts worth of hot air. So this is outputting 4 kilowatts worth. Actually, it's probably more than that because our maths and rounding is not the greatest. But it does. It outputs more hot air than the standard heater. This is a bigger heater. I'm in shock, and I once again I apologise to Hcalory for not believing you. But this is it. There is now another bigger heater if anyone needs even more heat for heating their house or their caravan or their workshop. Or speaking of workshop, I shit you not, it is currently 30 degrees in my workshop. I've been running this not even that long. It's now 30 degrees in here. I am actually sweating. So, like I say, this was just a brief test. This was our rough setup just to get some numbers and get started in this. Should you have any questions, comments, anything else, leave them down below. I'll try my best to answer them. Or thank you. I presume that was Chinese for I've shut down now. Have a nice day. Where was I? Yeah, comments, questions, leave them down below. I'll try and answer them or send them to people who can answer them. And yeah, and as always, thanks for watching.